Tom Verdi now joined by the head coach of the Panthers, David Duke. And Coach, a very tight game throughout. It seemed like St. Rose kind of gave a real pushback at the start of that second half. They took the lead back from you guys. What changed? How did you guys go back in front and then wind up holding them off down the stretch?
That's a terrific team. Terrific team there. Great players, great coaches. But what really hurt us to start that half was turnovers. We had 5 turnovers in the first 4 minutes and 30 seconds of that second half. And it's tough in any time with any team to get that many turnovers, but we love to play fast. We love to get those shots up. So we don't even move the ball around that much where turnovers are even that possible, because we like to get out there, get a quick shot if we can. Shots, even if it's a shot that might seem a little bit rushed, these are the shots we practice every day. That replaces the turnover. The turnovers really, really hurt you because it takes your chances to score away.
And you mentioned you like to play fast. Did that impact your lineup decision? It seemed like you kind of went with a bit of a smaller lineup in that second half, and it paid dividends.
Well, to be quite honest with you, we've been plagued by the injury bug. You saw Chris Millender go down in that second half, and he did a terrific job in the first half. He had 12 rebounds.
Absolutely.
He wasn't able to play the second half. Hopefully we'll have him back. But without being able to have him out there, we started with Nick and went big, and then they hurt us those first 4 minutes, and then we went back with Austin. We were trying to hold Austin as long as we could with the 2 fouls that he had.
Right.
So, unfortunately, sometimes Austin gets himself in a little foul trouble. He's such a good defender. He's so aggressive. He picks up some tic-tac fouls. But we tried to get him to that 15-minute mark, and then we were really able to go small the rest of the way. Manny looked a little bit winded, and Nick just kept doing a great job out there. So he had 7 rebounds in 18 minutes. So when he was playing like that, he was doing a great job defending. We just said we're going to give him the opportunity to be out there and finish the game.
I have to talk to you about Austin offensively tonight. A career high for him, 22 points, 7 for 7 from the floor, 8 for 8 from the stripe. You mentioned his defense. He just seems to really bring a real energy for your team, even though he's coming off the bench right now.
Terrific athlete, great length, and he really understands. And I've said this before with Coach when he interviews me after the games. With Austin, you look, he was 7 for 7, and he was 8 for 8. Just an unbelievable night for him. But with that said, he didn't take any threes. He knows, it's no secret, right now that's not his forte. But he takes his role, and he embraces his role, and he's not trying to do things that he doesn't do very well. In time, he will. When we're in practice, he's really working on it, and he will. Obviously he's got 3 more years after this, but what he does is he attacks the rim, where he reads the drivers when they make their cuts, and then he did a great job getting on the glass. And that was something I said to him before the game. Get me 6 to 8 rebounds tonight. I would have liked 8, but he got a 6. So we'll take that. And again, free throw shooting is huge. And we talked to our guys, north of 80%. North of 80%. And that's what we did. Fortunately, we knocked them down. We missed one-on-one, and Connor missed the second one down the stretch. Great free throw shooters, though. I know those guys will make them down the line. And fortunately, we were able to hang on and get the win.
Yeah, you mentioned free throws. Do you think that helped to kind of make up for the fact that it wasn't your best night shooting from 3 tonight?
Absolutely. And when you look at our numbers, we're about 38% overall three-point shooting team, and we shot 23 on the game. They did a great job defending Coffey. They were really, really attached to him almost every play. You look, I mean, even Jack had some good ones that he usually makes, and they just didn't go down tonight, which is going to happen. And with that said, yes, when you're struggling in one area, another area has to pick up for you, and that was exactly that. That was our free throws, and we did a very good job limiting our turnovers. Take away the first 5 minutes of that second half, and we had 12 overall. So if you take a couple of those, and again, it's hard to say, but if you just look at the stretch of time, the other 35 minutes, we did a very good job being solid and not turning the ball over.
Finally, Coach, you got Pace coming up. How do you build off of this win, but also I'm sure you'll have your adjustments that you want to make going forward and try to carry that momentum, in the last conference game, before the holidays?
But we're just going to, that Pace is an excellent team. Pace is an excellent team. Every team in the Northeast 10, you're coming in, and it's going to be a very, very tough battle. But they'll do some things a little bit different than St. Rose will, and I'll go home right now. The guys will enjoy the game till tomorrow. I'll enjoy the game until the ride home, and then I'll start watching more tape. I don't like to watch the next team until we finish with our first team, but I know Pace from last year. They have terrific players. We were in the conference challenge with them to start the year, so we got to see them a little bit. They have very good size and length. They do a good job around the block, but we will build off it. Every game we build off of. We try. It's always more enjoyable to be able to build and learn when you win. We played 2 tough games. That last one on Thursday was still stinging me. You know, I have to be very honest. It still stings. And then on Saturday, we played a very good game against Le Moyne. We didn't play great. We actually played very poorly, had a lead with about a minute and a half, and they hit a very tough shot on us. But you learn from those games, too. And then we're going to take this game and do our best to learn from it.
All right. Well, Coach, as you said, go enjoy this game for a little bit. An 83-70 win for Adelphi. And once again, for my color man, Brian McAvoy, Coach David Duke, I'm Tom Burry. Thanks so much for tuning in, as always, and have a great rest of your evening.